I can't help but notice that the town is developing a bit of a hornet problem since last year. That's a good size. Oh, I had one that just buzzed around me. They're a little protective of their hive because they know they can communicate closer with their buddies. But there's this hornet's nest, and then there's one heading towards friendlies or everybody's. And I sat out in my car yesterday, and there was like 5 of them buzzing around my car. So they're pretty active around here. They've definitely increased in activity since last year. I never really noticed them, but I was here at a different time of the year, more June and more May and June, and I'm here in July and starting in on August. Maybe it's that time of year or something. I don't know. All right, just reporting in that today is a boring day. It's raining and I'm not doing anything. I'm pretty much waiting until the food bank opens at 11 o'clock. I'm listening to the iPod, which, man, this thing is great compared to the bigger iPods. Just fits right in the pocket nice. And every so often I'm doing this, a little bit of suspension training. I wish I had an Indian club with me. I could go for a little more variety, but I'll take this for now. That Indian club is like in another part of the city or town. So this is the driest spot. This is a place to hang out if it's raining, which it can at times for days on end around here. They like to close the bathrooms up early and often too, the whole weekends at times. But that's okay because you got the woods, which is easy access. A lot of people think that, I don't believe that this camera is being used. They warn about this camera. I don't believe it's being used. A lot of people believe that this water fountain doesn't work, but it does. You gotta put, it feels like it's locked. There we go. Yeah, it feels like it's locked. I actually had to tell some people that it really does work. They were telling me that it doesn't work, and I'm like, oh, I pushed on it and showed them that it does. So, okay, I want to do a racist rant, so here it goes. Now, I've been watching a lot of people waving these Confederate flags as a way to rebel against a lot of the decisions that like the South Carolina government made with taking down their Confederate flag. And I mean, I totally agree. I don't think that it's right to take that thing to make the Confederate flag look like such a bad symbol. It's a piece of art, and for them to say that they're targeting like other races and stuff as I don't know, being negligible. It seems a little silly. There's a lot of ways to interpret art. Everybody has their own ways, and I wanna promote more what I believe rather than try to trounce on what other people believe, like, you know, white versus black and all that. I'm not exactly trying to put down black people. I don't really see many black people around here, and that's by design. That's by my choice. I mean, being homeless, I could live anywhere. I could travel around anywhere. I could be living in Florida if I wanted to, but I choose not to because I hate that sun. It's a climate decision that seems to be more of a racist issue for me. I make my choice based on the heat and the sun, and that's because, you know, being white, I can't handle it as much. I'm all for black people, living in the heat and the sun, because I think they're designed for that. I mean, throughout history, we've developed our bodies to accommodate to the climates, and I mean, you know, black people coming out of Africa, they were exposed for many generations to that punishing sun and heat. They developed a cooler kind of body temperature. I mean, they're not cold-blooded like lizards, but they developed better mechanics, natural mechanics to deal with that hot sun. So for white people to try to protest the southern black people, it just seems futile to me. I say run, get out of there. If you're having problems with other races down in the south, and you know, you're kind of standing out, being white, you're not designed for it. It's really just too hard. It's too hard to work against your natural abilities to fight off the UV rays and all that. The climate and the sun really have a big impact on how we interact with other people. It really plays on our attitudes. So I'm in better spirits when the weather's cool, when it's cloudy out, and so I'm among a lot of other white people who also have similar experiences too with the climate. They're also I'm guessing they also prefer the cooler, less sunny climates. That's probably why I'm seeing more white people in the northern parts of the United States, such as Oregon and Washington. It's a natural migration. I could travel anywhere, but I just can't stand that sun. Just like a black person could travel anywhere. But they you know, there's a great migration from Detroit, from Michigan area back and down, not back, but down to Georgia. In a way, it's kind of back because the jobs attracted a lot of black people from Georgia and Atlanta to Detroit in the early to mid 1900s. But they're going back because they like that hot Atlanta. And I don't know how the white people are naturally migrating, but me personally, I prefer northern, cooler climates that are stable too, a little bit. Like I said, those hornets are awful. I think they're staying indoors because of the rain. This is just another one of the many hives around here. That is huge. I'm glad it's raining.